Hello everyone, Michelle here, and thank you for joining me on my channel today. I am doing a layout share, and so this is for layouts that I created in January and February, and so some of them are from a crop that I went to in late January, and those will not obviously have videos. There are some that are for design teams, and so a lot of those will have videos, and I will point those out as we go along. Okay, so here is a layout I did. This is using a not just for the boys kit that I got last summer. I picked it. I just love the colors of the kit, and so I just did a one-time purchase, but I think they're cute. Their kits are really cute, so you should check them out. And so for this, I just drew some circles. I think I had a plate or something around, and I just drew some circles with some different color pens that would coordinate. I think there's a copper in there. There's a gold. And then I stamped it with kind of a geometric looking stamp. And yeah, a little notebook stamp down here, some paper splatters. This is from the Academia 49 and Market collection. I cut this out of the packaging, but it's my daughter with her senior project for architecture. So there she is, looking proud, as she should be. And this is a picture of her and one of her friends at graduation. And so it is that same kit. There's a lot of honeycomb in that kit. And so it's part of the Academia. And then I love the big chipboard pieces that are from Vicki Boutin. And so a little bit of grungy stamping, some sequins. The sequin mix comes in the kit, and I thought it was adorable, as did this washi tape that looks like a film strip. Now this is a layout I did for my creative scrapbook. There is a video for it of our furry friend there, Cosmo, and so you can check out the video, but this is using the Birdsong collection from 49 and Market. The kits from my creative scrapbook. I do the limited edition kit, and so that includes a lot of paper flowers and such. And so this page illustrated some different things that you could do with the flowers that are a little bit non-traditional. It also includes this cut file that is in the website from my creative scrapbook. It is a members only website with them. It is also a pear tree cut file, so it might be available on the pear tree website as well. Now I do have a process video for this. This is for Pear Tree Cut File design team, and I had a lot of fun just doing a ink blending graduation here, adding water. I stenciled it through a line stencil that I have to kind of keep it really horizontal lines. And then the cut file is Pear Tree Cut File January. J is for January. The rest of this is Vicki Boutin, Discover and Create, I believe. And then the lovely picture is of myself with my friends doing a crop in January crop, as the title says. So a lot of these, I need to go back with my date stamper and just stamp the dates on them before they make it into the album. And so this one is a layout I took with me to that crop. The nature, this might be Crafty Garden. No, I think with the mushrooms, I think it's Nature Study. And so I happen to have the page kit. And so so you get the four layouts, and on the back it'll have the picture of how it should come out. So I had that, and so I took it with me. Sometimes with these crops, so it's a 4-day crop, some people are really good at like just staying focused and getting a lot of, my brain starts to turn off sometimes. So it's nice for me to have something with me that I can just put together and not have to think too much, particularly if we're doing a lot of chatting. So this picture is of a hike that we were on with some of my girlfriends up at Deception Pass. So these two layouts, I think, will go together. So this is of a food tour that we did in Colorado Springs when we were there visiting our daughter. And this gentleman here is Brother Luck. So if you have watched the Food Channel, he beat Bobby Flay, and then he was also on Top Chef, which obviously is a different channel. But anyway, he was on Top Chef in Denver. And so we went to his restaurant in Colorado Springs. That was part of the food tour that we were on. The collection is primarily teal color swatch with little bits and pieces of, I believe, there's both wherever in here as well as everywhere. And so this is the other piece that will go with it. This was the dessert stop. I see this. There we go. The dessert stop of the tour. So pretty, pretty, pretty. And it was yummy as well. So, and then Good Eats was, this is a perspective title from Bramble Fox. So on that same visit, we also went to Pikes Peak, and so this actually was partway up the mountain, and so it's really different there as far as we're from Washington State, and so these Pikes Peak is just about the same height or close to Mount Rainier. And Mount Rainier looks like huge in a mountain because it starts at sea level. But Pikes Peak starts, there at 5,000 feet or between 5,000 and 6,000 at the base. And so it looks like, just mountainous hills until, but you get up there and you cannot breathe, let me tell you. And so this is using the Wherever collection. And then this is of Garden of the Gods. They're in Colorado Springs, and so they are absolutely gorgeous. I did a rub-on down here, some of the train elements and the balloons. So a lot of fun pieces that are kind of American West in that Wherever collection. So this is another piece from that Nature Study scrapbook kit. And so I am on a hike here. This is Wallace Falls. Wallace Falls as you go over Stevens Pass. So this is another layout for my creative scrapbook using the Birdsong collection. So this was for February. And so on this one, I don't know if you can see it very well, but I cut this piece out and lifted it up. And so it really looks like a picture frame. Then the florals, a little bit of mixed media. So yeah, a lot of fun making that layout. And this one is also from that same kit, February kit, using the Birdsong collection. This picture is of myself and girlfriends at a different crop. This is up at Mount Baker that we go to every fall. And our theme had a bee theme going on. And so that's why we're in our getup. And so, but lots of splatters and little mixed media and stamping on the background. I sewed around it with gold thread, a title, our names, and then these are just die cut out of coordinating cardstock. And this one is from that same, not not just for boys kit. I get a lot of mileage out of that kit. And so this is for pear tree cut file. And so my title or my word got a little crooked. There we go. That's what happens when you keep your layouts all in a big stack. Things get jumbled a bit. Now I don't think I have a video for this, but it is for pear tree cut files. And just like that is the cut file. I backed it with the checkered and the green, and just used the other elements from that kit. That kit obviously has a lot of the academia in it, as well as some Bo Bunny. And this is a picture of my husband and I with Julia at her graduation. So this is from the My Creative Scrapbook limited edition kit in February, also using the bird song. I think this is my last layout for that kit. And so I did some stenciling here and here just to add a little bit more blue to the layout. I did a acrylic piece here that I stenciled on with the stencil that came in the kit, just to give it a kind of a clear layer. And then my little clusters. This is a picture of my husband at Crater Lake on the in the Olympic National Park. So this one I do have a video for. This is for pear tree cut files using the Hello Winter cut file. So this is, I believe, Inkwell or Ocean in here, as well as some of the teal collection, and then bits and pieces from the Evergreen collection from 49 and Market. So I did some stamping or some stenciling of some snowflakes in the background, lots of splatters, and then the picture is from Tulalip Lights in Marysville, Washington. They set up an amazing light display every year, and there I am with my niece's Bernese Mountain Dog. This is before he gains another, 80 pounds, and so this is when he's a puppy. So this layout is not, I don't have a YouTube video, but you might still see the live from my little scrapbook. Now I know Facebook changed their policy on how long they were holding lives, and so I'm not 100% sure it's still there. But it is using the Kaleidoscope collection. Let's see, I need to... And this happens, like I said, I keep my layouts just stacked together. And so when I put them in albums, I do have to go back through and make some repairs sometimes. But this is from New Orleans. She's there with her blood bag from the Vampire Cafe. I used the Kaleidoscope collection for this, and cut out this part from the background and then layered it on top of that paisley, and then created my clusters. The vacay goals are letters from one of the Vicki Boutin collections. So this layout is from Pear Tree Cut Files, or for Pear Tree Cut Files. This Just Married is the cut file I used, and this is a picture of my parents when they're driving away in the car. The collection is Love Story from Simple Stories. I did a little bit of sewing around, a little bit of splatters, but other than that, it's mainly just the embellishments and letting that cut file be the center of the show. Little Luna. So this layout is from my little scrapbook store. I did a live there for their Beatles crop. So that live might still be there, but it would be on the online crop portion of their Facebook groups. So I cut out a wreath out of a wood grain paper. The embellishments are from Simple Stories Fresh Snow. I love that collection. And then I added some snowflakes, did a little bit of ink blending on the background, and then also have some snowflakes embossed as well. So this is from that same Beatles hop at my little scrapbook store. So they, again, you might be able to see it online. This is for the theme, this one was for the challenge Penny Lane about doing a street. And so this is Canal Street there in Louisiana. Most of this collection is Discover and Create, I think, no, it might be Where to Next. I think it's Where to Next. And so did a little bit of mixed media on the background. These are magicals, so very easy to use. Just took some stamps to add to that background. Sewed down my getaway letter, and there you go. So this one is for Pear Tree Cut Files. You are loved, you are enough, worthy, strong, brave. This is using Simple Stories, Life in Bloom, I believe is the collection. And so I didn't have to do a lot of embellishments, right? Because that cut file really just tells the story. But I have this picture of my adorable niece and nephew down here. And so just a little bit of embellishments around their picture, some splatters, and there is a video for this one on my channel. So this is the third of the pages from the Nature Study page kit with some friends, and we're at a hike up, I believe this is up towards the backside of Mount Baker. Now this one is not from a page kit. Let me look. Nope. So this is just one that I think I had done some from the previous crop because I ran out of pictures, and so I just added a picture to this. This is all I did, and so this is the underneath Deception Paths. This one, though, I think is, nope, it's not part of the page kit either. So this is another one I just did on my own. And so this is of a hike. You can tell I've got a lot of hiking pictures. But this was at Lake 22. And so we are hiking with our neighbors. And like I have down here on my journaling, hiking Lake 22, I think this hike broke us. So many rocks and so much complaining. And so I've done Lake 22 before, and I just don't remember it being that torturous, but for our family, it was torturous. And so, so you just never know how people are going to take different areas, right? So it was a fun time. So this is a Pear Tree Cut File design team layout. I don't think that there is a video for this. I don't remember this one having a video. This is my daughter and her roommate skiing at Copper Mountain, and just a really easy cut file to use that takes up a lot of space. So just leaves a little room for embellishment. So nice, quick, easy page. And this is using the Hip Kit Club kit from, I believe it's like January 22 or something. I've had it in my stash for a while. So here is a layout that I did just recently for the Rediscover Your Stash crop. And so this is using the charcoal collection, the charcoal collection and a bunch of rub-ons. And so rub-ons was the theme of the crop. And so you can see I added just all any bit of color that's on here is added either as rub-ons or just, I think, the 3 flowers. All the butterflies and little bits and pieces are rub-ons. So it was a really fun layout to do of myself and Julia when she was home this January for the holidays. So these 4 layouts will have videos out. They're not out yet. Today is the release date for March, my creative scrapbook kit. And so I have a kit unboxing up with these layouts on it as well, but they will be released, the videos will be released periodically through the month. And so this kit is using Toddler Time, primarily from 49 and Market, though there's a few, like this background paper that I used on this first one is from K & Company. So this layout shows how to use the cut file a little bit differently. You'll see the cut file that you get in your kit is a little bit smaller, so I expanded it out. I tore some of the paper through here because this was actually one long strip that ended like 1.5 inches. I must have cut it down to 10.5 at some point. So I just tore it into strips. The flowers I sprayed them with some different colors of spritzes. And then the rest of this is just building up the layers. So it was a very fun layout to do. Oh, and this title comes in the kit. It's a chipboard piece, and so I just colored it and embossed the sunshine aspect. So this cute little kiddo. Okay, so this one is the next one I did for the March My Creative Scrapbook. So there will be a video released for this as well. I really wanted to focus on the airplanes on this layout, and so I created the clouds, created a little bit of separation. This white portion of this paper was much higher up, and so I lowered it by taking this piece here and putting it up here, and then just played with the embellishment pieces. So this little guy adds some movement, as well, of course, the planes. So very fun little layout to do. So this one is of a picture of my daughter with Cosmo. I should compare it to the one I showed you at the beginning. He is so black in this picture because he's like 4 months old. And so he is just a ball of fluff on her lap. She is, I believe, 6 when I took this picture. And so so this is just using one background piece of paper, but I did do some mixed media in portions of it, added some white splatters, and then created some clusters here and here. Now I had these kidlet's legs dangling from her pictures, and so I added this little bit here with the cats kind of looking behind, and with the kiddos, just to kind of help make that make a little bit more sense. And then there is quite a bit of the puppies from the laser cuts on this layout. So, and this is the last one. This is of a picture of my mom and my 2 aunts. Toddler Time, it just seemed to scream vintage, heritage types of pictures. So that's what I did with this one. I did a little bit of mixed media, not a whole lot, but a little bit here and here, just to kind of soften where the paper transitions, and added some flowers and my embellishment clusters. Now these cream flowers here, they came with a pretty hard, high gold piece to them. So I removed them pretty much on all of them, just because they were really, really really high. And so don't be afraid to do that. Make the flowers your own. They are fine if you're putting it in a shadow box or if you're using it for a project that you're not going to put in page protectors. But if it is something that's going in a page protector, I almost always remove those pieces. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed my little flip through. I'm going to be better at putting my pages away. So hopefully I'll do some flip throughs maybe twice a month. And if you want to see more, go ahead and hit subscribe and like. And I appreciate any comments or feedback. Have a great day, and I'll see you on my next video.